Democrats finally realizing that Kamala Harris is a lost cause, much like Jesse. High-ranking libs casting doubt on her political future while leaking their grievances to the New York Times. They think Harris is a political liability and admit that they've lost hope in her. One big wig donor, that's somebody with big hair, sums up the situation this way. I can't think of one thing she's done except stay out of the way and stand beside him at certain ceremonies. But how could you lose hope in this?
We will devise metrics and be very clear, and I thank the university and Michelle for the work that has been happening to help us articulate the metrics by which we will then measure our success in real time, not waiting for years down the line, but in real time measure our success.
Where are the bongos? But you really hit rock bottom when two-time election loser Hillary thinks you're toast. Hill saying privately that Harris would not be able to win an election because she does not possess the necessary political instincts to get through a primary. Dana, I posited a theory to you this morning. Do you remember what that is? That basically...
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by again. It's me, W. Joe, on Channel 1 Life Many Seasons. The story continues. Now, someone sent me this video from Fox News. This is The Five. There's a show, The Five, that comes at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day on Fox News, except the weekends. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I've actually seen it come on Saturdays, but I don't think on Sundays. But it's typically on the weekday at 5 o'clock, Fox News. Very interesting show. They have a panel of people, conservative, and then they typically would have one from the Democratic side, just to give a balance. Here they talk about the different powers that be in the Democratic Party, giving their views about Kamala Harris. So let's just listen, and then please put your comments in the comment section below. We're trying to answer the question, really. Is Kamala Harris truly the Democrats' best nominee? Or is it that they just don't have a choice? Because I just don't know. It just doesn't feel or seem right. Something is missing. But let's just keep listening.
She is doing a brilliant job of taking all the heat off Joe. Kamala is basically the Donald Trump for the press. She's replacing him. Yeah. Or does he go by them or they? I don't know. But do you agree with me?
I've been thinking about it, Greg, and I'm not sure, because a lot of people thought she was the one who tipped off the media to the leaked story about the documents next to the Corvette.
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't think that she leaked those at all, but I do think she benefited from a month of not having any scrutiny. But then, just like clockwork, there's only two types of stories for Kamala Harris. There's the reboot story, like, oh, she's getting a makeover, she hired new people, everything is going to be great, she's really going to do it this time. And that's quickly followed by, like today, the stories that says, wow, all the Democrats are really worried about her prospects. And what I thought was just really difficult and must be hard to read if you're in the vice president's office, let alone her, the vice president, is that her press office gave to reporters a list of people that they should call because those people were supposedly going to say really nice things about Kamala Harris. And those people declined to do it.
Wow, that's brutal.
Whoa.
Yep. And that hurts, right? So as a comms person, you kind of really feel bad for her to do that. But here's the thing. It's so bad for her that even with Biden's numbers being what they are, and I think Judge Jeanine rattled through a couple of them, and the numbers are not good. But even with that, there's nobody there saying, well, we should really maybe give Biden's number 2 a second look. They're not doing that.
Oh, you don't want to take a second look at Biden's number 2.
I'm sorry, guys. That was just the way Greg's mind works at times, man. You can't keep up. It took me a fraction of a second to really follow what he was saying. I caught it.
You know, since we are in these boxes, I will refer to Harold as Mike Brady. Doesn't this feel, Mike, doesn't this feel like an orchestrated hit?
Mike.
You know, she's an easy target, and she's not only kind of a public pinata for Republicans increasingly, it looks like Democrats as well. Look, I don't know if she is going to be the nominee at some point for the party, and I don't know if she will recover from all of these things. But what I do know is she's smart. She is a good, if not a very good lawyer. And I believe she has political instincts. But if she doesn't do one of two things, and I think you have to do both, she's got to give us a plan on the border because she was put in charge of that. And I think she could capitalize on things she does best. And when you're in a weak spot politically, you got to figure out something, the things you do best, and amplify that. She was a crime fighter in California. Go out, as we've talked about in this show, and figure out ways in which we reform, bail reform, or undo it, and how we equip police chiefs and police departments around the country with the tools they need to fight crime the right way and the safe way in communities and not discriminate against communities. If she does that, it'll go a long way towards silencing some of the criticism and, frankly, helping to rebound her political efforts.
All right, well.
So again, remember, this was a little while ago, just before she was announced as the Democratic Party's nominee. So again, it still begs the question for me. The same powers that be in the Democratic Party questioning her abilities. You hear over here saying she needs to do these two things before, she could be considered. Those two things have not been done yet. They mentioned the border. She's the border czar. She was supposed to look into the root cause analysis. We still don't have that, almost 4 years. In security, and she still hasn't done anything. So I'm still questioning, really, and I really need real answers. Same person, Kamala, was the one that was destroyed in 2019 by Biden and Tulsi Gabbard in her party. She never made it out. She never got past the first round. She was not a favorite. She was not relevant in the party. But somehow, all of a sudden, she's now the best. So, what are we to believe? In 2019 was a mistake? Or you guys are just playing politics? What is the truth? We're trying to figure that out. That's what I'm trying to find out here. Like, what happened? I mean, all the things you said about her, she was no good, not good enough. Have all of those changed? Because we haven't seen anything she has done. Because clearly, we can see that all the responsibilities that she was given, with the main one being the border, was not accomplished. So what changed? What exactly changed from then till now that all of a sudden everybody in the Democratic Party wants to gather around Kamala and say she is the nominee. She is the one to lead us. When 3-4 years ago, she wasn't capable, not even close. And between that time, we don't know what she has done. We can't see anything. So these are the types of questions I want us to think about. And if you have answers, please put them in the comment section below. What changed? Why you wouldn't vote for her last time you voted for Biden, but now you think she's better. So what has she done so far that makes you think she's better? Because like Nancy Pelosi clearly said, the VP doesn't do anything, really. So if she hasn't done anything really, and she wasn't relevant then, what makes her relevant now? Please answer the questions. Please put it in the comment section below. Let's just go on the panel.
Well, thank you, Mike Brady. Let's go to Carol Brady.
Is that me?
At the table, yes.
Okay, I've never been called Carol, but I'm delighted. Listen, Kamala Harris has the opportunity that most women in this country would give their right hand for. She is vice president to a president who's 80 years old and on his way out cognitively, okay? She could give the middle finger to everyone in America who said you were picked for identity politics if she could only show that she's at least half competent. The woman hasn't had an interview in a year since she messed up with Lester Holt.
Unbelievable.
Now, let's talk about how she could prove herself. She could prove herself. She's given this border issue, right? How tough is that? The root causes. Everybody knows. She could go out there and say, this country is the greatest country in the world. That's why everyone wants to come here. We are the epitome of what people want and where they want to live. Border Patrol agents do a great job. We've got to give them credit. And by the way, the Dreamers, we should give them citizenship. We should do that for them. We should have immigrants, but it has to be legal. We should vet these people. American citizens need to be protected.
I totally agree with the judge here. You got to outline what it is that either you're going to do or needs to be done. At least have something, some report. Let us see something. But ignoring the people that voted you in, well, let me correct that. She wasn't voted in as a VP. She was selected by the president. You don't get voted in. I actually wish we would actually vote for that position. Maybe then we could get more serious-minded people. Because you get selected for the job. You get interviewed, yeah, but you still selected by the president. That's the president's choice, just like a first lady. You don't get voted in for a first lady's job or the position. You get selected. You only need one vote. Your husband's vote. It'd be the first man if, a lady were to be the president. So she's got to outline, come up with some things, Come up with some things. Let people know what you're doing, how you're thinking. People expect that. That's how you earn their votes. Not going out every 4 years and try to just cajole people and set up barbecues and, have parties and dance with them and have some rapper come on stage and do all kinds of nonsense because you're trying to affiliate yourself with their culture and you want to buy their votes. You're really buying the votes, not really earning the votes.
She's a former DA. She can get all this stuff out, but she can't get it out because she's too lazy to get herself out there and focus on the issues. And for Hillary Clinton to dump on her is really the epitome of someone who's really lost it and incapable. And I'm tired of Simone Sanders saying she is doing this because she is facing a historic set of challenges because she's the first African-American woman. Look, a lot of us were the first of a lot of things. And what you do is you just do it better than the other guy and be confident and prove to Americans you're there for them. And that's the end of it.
So, can I call you cousin?
I like the judge. Say it as it is. It's not a black or white or Asian or Hispanic thing. It's a human thing and the right thing to do and to say. Just when you're doing a good job, you will be told you're doing a good job. And when you're doing a bad job, don't tell me I'm telling you you're doing a bad job because of the color of your skin or your gender. No, you're doing a bad job because you are doing a bad job. Period.
Oliver?
Please.
Yes. How do you feel about this? Do you feel that it's an orchestrated hit?
I do. I feel like we're watching a slow motion and painful attempt to surgically remove Kamala Harris from the ticket. You remember the game Operation?
Yes.
And you have these little tweezers and you try to get in there and and then it's because if they hit something, the women are going to get upset. Blacks are going to get upset. They got to be very careful when they take Kamala off this ticket. And this is coordinated and it's calculated. It starts with Pocahontas, remember? And then you go Washington Post, talk to 30 Democrats around the country. She doesn't have it. And then you have the New York Times drops a major well-sourced hit piece. Crooked gets in there, says she lacks political instincts. And then James Clyburn, the kingmaker, Mr. South Carolina, Joe's guy. He was the one who had so much juice. He got Ketanji Brown Jackson on the court. And he goes, not only do he goes, it's Joe's decision, whatever he's comfortable with, he takes it a step further than Pocahontas. He goes, I didn't really want Kamala on the ticket to begin with.
Well, we know that's all like history now because now she has been selected as the the Democratic Party's nominee and will be made official at the DNC coming up in a few weeks, a couple of weeks or so. Tell me what you think about this. I actually think if Biden were okay and he finishes his first term with no issues, no cognitive decline and all that whole stuff going on with Biden, and he decides to step down and no longer go for the second term, I don't think he would have handed it over to Kamala. I don't think the Democratic Party would have been behind Kamala. I mean, let's think about it. If Biden were to finish, like, in a healthy fashion, he's okay, he finishes his term and decides, you know what, I no longer want to run again. I think I'm done with this first term. I'm not going again. I am done. I'm out. I doubt that Biden would have endorsed Kamala. And I doubt that the Democratic Party would have selected Kamala. If you disagree, let me know. And please tell me why. Because again, I'm going from the premise and the basis of what happened from 2019 till now. Kamala wasn't relevant. She was not the choice. She was not even being looked at all. All of a sudden, she becomes the smartest, most preferred candidate of the Democratic Party. Please tell me. Please tell us, actually, not just me, because let's have the discussion. This is healthy. I want to know, because I'm truly want to answer that question. Is Kamala Harris truly Democrats' best nominee? Is she really?
So Kamala is probably looking around. Clayton's gone. She's got no allies.
Yeah.
You need allies in Washington. She's in trouble.
Well, there you have it. So the whole point, thanks, by the way, for the person that sent me that video. Again, it was a few months ago. Things have changed. Things have evolved. We know she's now the nominee. But we still want to answer the question because there's still a lot of, infighting going on in the Democratic Party as to why we never had a vote. BLM is not happy about just selecting Kamala as the nominee without a vote. There are many people that I've spoken to that don't like the process. They feel it should have been opened up to other people. So let's answer the question. Is Kamala Harris truly Democratic Party's best nominee at this time? Forget the Republican Party for a second. It's not about them. We're trying to figure out what's going on here in the Democratic Party. Is Kamala Harris truly the best nominee of the Democratic Party? Let us know. Thanks for stopping by. It's me, WJ, again on our Channel 1 Life Many Seasons. You know how I like to wrap this up. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be coming back with more pieces. We like to remind ourselves that we always remember we got one life with many seasons. So let's make the best of it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye-bye.